Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. Hey guys, I managed to do some silly stuff and got myself kicked out of the house by my wife. I haven't cheated or anything, but I kept some financial difficulties to myself and run up some debt. I know this is not your usual bag when it comes to questions, but do you have any suggestions on how I can make it up to a very angry and upset wife? No, I think that's a new one.
That's definitely new, yeah. Mate, like, we've said it before, we'll say it again. Best thing to do is be transparent with each other when you're in a relationship, especially when it comes to money. If you've got like a commitment of like a mortgage or like a house together, you share rent or whatever, you got to know where the other one person's at. I know obviously money worries are stressful,
yeah,
but it will be a lot more stressful to you trying to hide it than it would actually, and it will be more stressful once they find out. Trying to hide it, it's better just to fucking say straight off the bat. Like, everyone's been in debt at one point in their lives, most people anyway. You're not alone in it, and there's ways around it. You can get advice from lots of different places about the actual debt itself, but the worst thing you did was keep it from your partner, and you've just got to, unfortunately, just suck on some eggs at the minute and just fucking do everything you can to make up to her. And don't be like doing big grand gestures, spending lots of money, because that ain't going to help.
I think it would help if you had some sort of plan on how you were going to sort it out, instead of just going back and saying sorry, but going back and being like, you know, I've been an idiot and I thought I could do it myself and it was wrong, blah, blah, blah. This is how I'm going to sort it out and how I'm going to keep it down. Or I've got these people I can contact, like the loads of debt people that can help you out, to give advice, blah blah blah. And that way at least you're trying to show that you're trying to sort it out. But it makes it like the people, like, it's so easy to get into debt because all the companies just fucking hound you. I signed up for an account with Curry's because we were getting a new hob, and I signed up. No. Said a lie. I signed up to get the stand mixer that was crap. So I got a stand mixer. I can't remember what company it was. And I was trying to make dough in it, like the second day I got it, and it wasn't even touching the bottom of the fucking bowl. It wasn't doing anything. So I sent it back, and they obviously took it off my account. But I've got an account that's got like a $7,000 limit.
Oh yeah.
And like every month they send me a thing going, "Oh, you've got this much money on you. Don't you want to buy something?" I'm like, "Nope." No, I do not want to buy anything. But they just keep hounding me because obviously it's sitting there and I've got nothing in it.
Because they want to get you to buy something, so then you're sitting there paying it for fucking ages.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no. So I just keep it there in case, say, like my washing machine goes or
your fridge packs up or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm just going to leave it there until they're like, you haven't used this in a year, so fuck you. And I'm like, all right, see you later. But yeah, I don't like, depending on what the debt is, like it all is, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's sore at the minute. But
I think no matter what, like, there's ways to get out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're in that much debt that you've actually bankrupted yourself, like, if that is a serious situation and you'll have to go through a lot of pain to get yourself back on track. But if you're in a few £1,000s worth of debt, it's nothing to stress out about. You just have to manage your budget and budget correctly and don't live beyond your means. And I've done it many a time. Like, when me and Charlotte first got together, I was just running cards up and stuff, and credit cards up and having overdrafts and shit because I was just irresponsible with my money. And like when I got married, that cost a lot of money and stuff like that, and you end up paying off a lot of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it comes down to how you manage it, and you can easily get yourself in a situation where they will allow you to borrow more than you can pay back, and you have to be careful with them situations. And the worst thing you could do is to try and keep that to yourself, because that stress is a very particular type of stress, and it could lead you to do something silly. So it's not worth it.
I think as well, like men are like very much, I can get this sorted and I can deal with it and I can get rid of it and I don't need to. So I think you should sort of like humble yourself a little bit. Like I recently took all my bank cards off my phone because I was just fucking tapping them like anything. And I've even suggested to Sabina to like hold onto my wallet.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I'm just fucking mental. Like, especially because like a bank card to me is like infinite money, even though obviously I know it's not. But because I can't see the money going down, I just keep fucking.
You just look
away.
at the end of the month, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I had to sort of step back and I've said to Spina about I need to do better and things like this, and it's just sort of like trying to get out of that, because I've had mates before that better with money than me, and they've offered to sit down and work out a payment thing, but I've been too like embarrassed with my spending habits and too stubborn and been like, no, it's fine. I'm getting really aggressive with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the beginning of me and Sabina, I was like, I didn't want to say too much about my money and stuff like that. But now it's sort of like, if I want to get better, I need to have help and to have her sort of like understand
where you're at.
Yeah. So you're not alone with like the keeping the money and stuff to yourself, and I can understand why she's upset.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of it comes down to as well is, if he's anything like me and like you, Dan, as well, we spend money on shit. Like, sometimes you're wasting. Like, we work hard for our money, and you can go for month to month and not know what you spent your money on because it's just been crap throughout that month. And that's the kind of habits you need to get away from it. And I find with me, that's my own personal demons. When I start eating well and start eating well and exercising and stuff like that, I don't spend money on shit. So I'm almost spending money on shit to hide my like thoughts away from all the bad shit I do in my life. So it's like a full circle. It's definitely connected to everything, but the main as long as your bills are getting paid, like your actual life bills, like your mortgages or your rent or your fucking car payments, whatever, as long as all that's getting covered, everything else can be postponed and waited on. There's just ways to work it out, and I would advise speaking to someone financially to
if you want
help you.
If you want a reality check, listen to the podcast Financial Auditor.
Yeah, is that the geezer that like grills people?
Yeah, because when you listen, because like I was listening to one of them, and he was full on. What was the woman saying? She's like delivering food, and he's like, you're spending you're out in your car delivering food, and then you're buying food from the same people you're delivering it from. And she goes, well, I'm in my car all day. What am I supposed to eat? And he goes, make a sandwich. Oh, I'm not eating a sandwich every day. Like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, you can make more than a sandwich. And she's like what? Like what? You can't think of anything. And he's like, and he starts reading off all these different things. And she's like, I'm not eating that in my car. That's disgusting. And I think, but then that sounds like when my mates were like, oh, we'll help you budget and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I don't need it. And that's the same shit I would come out of, because it's just nonsense. When you listen to them, it's nonsense. They're just trying to not look like an idiot.
Yeah, because deep down they're embarrassed.
Yeah, and that's all it is. But yeah, so if you want like a reality check, listen to him, because he means well, but he just does some tough love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the things these people come out with are just fucking mental.
Yeah, I saw one person had like a subscription to like a zoo. And he was like, how many times you've been to the zoo? She was like 3 times. He was like, what in the last month? She was like, in the last 2 years, and he was like, "Why the fuck have you got this subscription?"
Yeah, there's some fucking great stuff on there. So yeah, he's quite good. He gives you a bit of like when you listen to it, and you're like, oh shit, that's what I'd be saying to him as well. Like fuck.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm sure by now she's cooled down and you're working together to sort it out. Um, it's never a good thing to hide things from your partner. It's much easier to work together. That's all I can say about that.
definitely.
But good luck. Hopefully, the next email you'll be saying you've paid it all off.